Easy in. A little bit more. Using the special pliers to pull those off so they don't get scratched up. Show me the end of those pliers so they can see how they're kind of shaped like them and they don't scratch. Very easy.
I feel like these are tight.
Definitely leaking. Okay. Let's take those out of the brake drum so we get the brake drum off.
It's missing one.
Yeah. Smack the piss out of it. Turn.
Tight.
Flathead screws, gotta love them.
Uh-huh.
That one was brass. They all brass. Sometimes they're all brass. Keep it square in there. Now we gotta get the brake drum off. Grab a 9/16. You probably gotta back the slack adjuster off just a tiny bit. There we go. All right, so let's get the hub, that little red hub tray that we use. It looks like that, but it's red as half circle.
Right.
Throw that in the tray. Nope.
Oh. I was gonna say. Think you wanted it in there?
Yeah, don't put it in there. One of them may end up in there because you're working over it. But that bucket does have little like trenches on the side to set the bolts in. See those little up top? But I like using the magnetic. I just got those at Harbor Freight, the magnetic trays. Oh, you're with me. Okay, is that all of them?
Yep.
Probably got to tap it with a hammer lightly or do that. Okay. Now what we need to know is how sparkly is that oil coming out of there?
This.
Definitely got a little sparkle to it, huh? Just here, fine. That should be good. Is it just bent over on the one side?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And then grab the socket that you did not bring the outer nut. Nope.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have a 2.5 inch socket that's 1/2 inch drive. Can't say that wasn't other tight. Okay, so now grab that little metal washer off of there. Put it in the parts dish there, it's fine. Or throw it in the hub, in the thing, yeah. Put the nut in there too. The nut that you...
Oh.
Okay, that's fine. We're gonna wash it all off. Okay, and then now there's that little piece there, that'll come off. It's a little washer. You might have to twist it a little. There you go. Okay, now I want you to grab the rag, grab that big nut, and you're gonna go in the tighten direction. It should only turn less than 1/8 of a turn before it gets hard. So you're turning it quite a bit. Did it stop there?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's about right. You can go and take it off now. That just lets me know what the adjustment was on it. So go ahead and turn it counterclockwise and remove it. Because if the bearing was crazy out of adjustment, that would explain why the wheel seal is leaking. And then once you get it off, be careful, because if you jostle it, that bearing is going to come flying out of there. We don't want that to happen. You can probably get rid of the rag at this point. Set that in the hub cap down there. Okay, keep one hand on the bearing, probably your other hand, and then lift up on the hub, and that'll come right out of there. Just lift up on the, there you go. It should come out. Okay, and then go ahead and set that in the cap down there as well. You're going to pull this straight off, and then you're going to hold it over that tub for a minute at an angle so that the oil, because there's going to be a massive pool of oil inside there. It was definitely low on oil. Just scoop some of that oil out of there with your hand. That's right, just set it on the ground. On its side, on its side, on its side. There you go. The bearing does not look pretty. That is very bad. Cannot reuse that. That's the race. Looks terrible. There's the inner race. And that's cleaned. You can see the different colors of metal on it. I can't get to... No good. We're gonna go ahead and replace this radius rod bushing. You can see daylight in there. It's supposed to be tight, and that's allowing the axle to move. So when it's going down the road, the axle's actually riding a little crooked. The other side's good, it's just this side that's bad. You should not see daylight in there like that. Yeah, that's a 2-piece bushing, I think.
Well, that or it's just dirty.
Looks like it's going on there.
Doesn't seem like it was on all the way.
Push it on. There you go. You got it.
Okay. Well, we can see if they come off by here.
Hit it with the sledgehammer a few times and it'll back come off. Moving.
Just try it in the middle, I guess.
Try to pull that one bushing out that's coming out and maybe spray some coil around it and then maybe you can slide it. Hook your pry bar through it and maybe rip it out. See how out of alignment that is with so much space on one side. Tight on the other. Step on it. You got it. There you go.
That one went real easy.
So we got the radius rod back on there. We actually had to go get the porta power out and use that to drive the axle back to get it more aligned to be able to get the new radius rod slid back on. These bearings are toast on here. This is the other one I didn't show, but it's still not pretty, and we're not gonna put new races in there, put this thing back on there. But that front, the other one was really bad, but it's no good. The races are no good. So we've got new bearings and races ordered for this. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna have them in for a couple days. I need to get this bus out of here, so we'll be driving it out of here without a tag wheel on it. It's fine. It's not leaving the property. We're just gonna get it out of here and get the new bearings and races in there. One thing I don't like about those fancy wheel simulators and covers and all that kind of stuff is you can't see, I don't know where you stuck them at, with this kind of stuff on here, you know, this has a visual inspection window for hub oil level, and you can't see that when it's covered up. So it was definitely low on hub oil. Is that the leak? Obviously the leak would have started, then it leaked out, but is that what ruined the bearing because it was run low on oil too? Or the bearing's just been that bad? I don't know. But I always like to be able to visually inspect that kind of stuff and see what's going on with it. So I'm not a big fan of all that stuff that hides everything where you can't see it. Now, kudos to the bus owner for noticing that he had a leaky wheel seal. So doing his pre-trip inspection, noticing that it was leaking on the backside. That's good. But again, I'm not a fan of that fancy bling bling stuff that hides everything. So we're gonna move this bus out. We have another bus coming in tomorrow for the weekend. On Sunday, we have our new arrivals come in on Sundays. Our friend Calvin is coming back with his Thomas liner, so a transit coach that's from Thomas Company. Thomas has a lot of school buses, but this is not a school bus. He's been here before. He's the one that had the, was it a 24 volt starter on a 12 volt bus last time when he was here. So we spent a lot of time kind of troubleshooting that. But we're going to be doing some suspension work on his bus when it comes in. But we've got this one about ready to come out of here, so I'll wait. Probably only open the door once. So I'll pull this one out and then get the other one when it's here, bring it in. So we don't have we definitely lose a lot of air temperature in the shop when we open and close the doors, and it's only like 20 some degrees out right now. The shop without any heat all night long, its temperatures in the 50s out here, which is very comfortable to work. So very happy with that. The Mr. Cool units, when we turn them on during the day, they do a great job. But I haven't had to use them very much because it just naturally stays pretty warm in here, which is awesome.
See him loading up his tools, check the air and all those duels. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Well, he's got a long, hard ride in old Lenny the Silver Sides. Get that bus grease monkey on the road. Well, he's got that hammer down and that 47 Hound. It's that bus grease monkey on the road. He travels all around and he's coming to your town. Get that bus grease monkey down the road. With the propped up engine door, watch that bus grease monkey do his thing. 30 years behind that barn, cause it don't run worth a darn. Watch that bus grease monkey make it sing. He knows them Detroits, there's no doubt, upside down and inside out. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in that old blue Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Now he's moved his family to the hills of Tennessee. Watch that bus grease monkey make his home, bringing buses back to life with the help of his dear wife. Watch that bus grease monkey get it done. Well, he travels town to town working on them old greyhounds. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? Saving buses far and wide in old Lenny the Silver Sides. It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know? It's that bus grease monkey, don't you know?